The truck world has always been about power, toughness, and the ability to get things done. But the 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST is rewriting the rulebook. This isn't just a pickup that hauls and tows. This is a fully electric workhorse with a jaw-dropping 450-mile range, making it one of the most ambitious trucks Chevrolet has ever put on the road. And today, I finally get to take you along for the ride, showing you exactly what this truck feels like, what it can do, and why it might just change the way you think about electric pickups forever. At first glance, the 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST looks big, bold, and unmistakably Chevy, but it's also different in ways that might surprise you. It's built on GM's Ultium platform, the same one behind vehicles like the GMC Hummer EV and the Cadillac Lyriq. But here it's been stretched and shaped into something that looks futuristic while still carrying that Silverado DNA. The front end doesn't have a traditional grille since it doesn't need the airflow of a gas engine, but Chevy designed a sleek, closed-off face with an illuminated bow tie logo and sculpted lines that make it look both high-tech and tough. The body is aerodynamic, with a flowing design that cuts through the air much cleaner than a regular gas truck. And then you see those massive 24-inch wheels on the RST trim, the biggest wheels ever fitted on a Silverado, and you realize this thing isn't shy about making a statement. But the real magic is in the details. The 2026 Silverado EV RST has that signature truck presence, wide stance, tall profile, but there's also clever practicality. One of my favorite features is the midgate. If you've ever wished your truck bed could magically expand, Chevy heard you. The midgate opens up, letting you extend the bed right into the cab, so you can haul items over 10 feet long without needing to leave the tailgate down. Imagine fitting lumber, kayaks, or even a couple of dirt bikes back there. And speaking of the bed, the Silverado EV RST's bed is 5 foot 11 inches, but with the midgate and tailgate configurations, it's incredibly versatile. Add in the multi-flex tailgate with different positions for loading and work surfaces, and this truck is like a Swiss Army knife on wheels. Step inside, and you'll notice the Silverado EV RST doesn't just copy the gas Silverado's cabin. It's a whole new design, and honestly, it feels like stepping into the future. Front and center is a massive 17-inch infotainment display, paired with an 11-inch digital driver cluster and a heads-up display that can stretch up to 14 inches. That's 3 layers of digital information, but Chevy's layout keeps it clean and easy to use. The system is powered by GM's latest software, which is snappy, customizable, and ready for over-the-air updates. And yes, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are here, plus a premium Bose sound system that absolutely fills the cabin with music. Comfort hasn't been forgotten either. The 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST offers leather seating, heated and ventilated front seats, a panoramic glass roof, and enough space to stretch out even in the back seats. Because of the Ultium platform, the cabin has a flat floor, so no hump in the middle, which makes it way more comfortable for 3 people in the back. And here's something you'll love: storage. Since it's electric, there's a front trunk, or frunk, with enough room for a large suitcase or a couple of carry-ons. Plus, you get clever cubbies and bins throughout the cabin, making this a truck that's as practical as it is futuristic. Now let's talk about performance, because this is where the Silverado EV RST truly shines. Underneath, you've got a dual motor setup delivering up to 754 horsepower and 785 pound-feet of torque in what Chevy calls wide-open watts mode. To put that into perspective, that's more power than most sports cars, and it launches this nearly 9,000-pound truck from 0 to 60 in under 4.5 seconds. Yeah, you heard that right. This massive truck accelerates like a performance SUV. And with all-wheel drive standard, the grip is just phenomenal. But it's not just about speed. This truck is built to work. The Silverado EV RST can tow up to 10,000 pounds and carry a payload of up to 1,300 pounds. For most people, that covers everything from boats to trailers to heavy equipment. Chevy also mentioned that a future version will go even higher with towing capacity, aiming for 20,000 pounds in the WT Fleet model. That's entering serious, heavy-duty territory. And wait till you hear this. With 4-wheel steering, the turning circle of this huge truck is actually tighter than some mid-size SUVs. That means navigating parking lots or backing up a trailer feels far less intimidating than you'd expect. Of course, the headline feature everyone's talking about is the range. The 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST delivers up to 450 miles on a full charge when equipped with the big 200 kilowatt-hour battery pack. That's more range than the Ford F-150 Lightning, more than the Rivian R1T, and even more than many smaller EVs. Charging is equally impressive, with 800-volt architecture that allows for up to 350 kilowatt DC fast charging. In the right conditions, you can add about 100 miles of range in just 10 minutes. That means even on a road trip, you're never waiting long. Chevy also thought about power in the other direction. The Silverado EV RST offers bi-directional charging, so not only can it charge itself, it can power your home during an outage or even charge another EV. Imagine plugging your tools or camping gear directly into your truck with the multiple onboard power outlets, up to 10.2 kWh of off-board power. It's like having a generator built right in. Driving the Silverado EV RST is a unique experience. Because it's electric, there's no engine noise, just an instant surge of power every time you touch the accelerator. The suspension, with independent rear setup, delivers a smoother ride than you might expect from a big pickup, and the air suspension can raise or lower the truck by nearly 2 inches for either off-road clearance or easier loading. And thanks to Regan braking, you can drive with one pedal most of the time, smoothly slowing down as you lift off the accelerator, while also putting energy back into the battery. Now, let's talk price, because this is where things get interesting. The 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST First Edition, fully loaded with all the bells and whistles, comes in around $105,000. That's a serious number, but keep in mind this is the top trim with everything included. Chevy will also offer more affordable versions, with base models starting closer to $50,000, making the Silverado EV lineup much broader than just the RST. So whether you're a fleet buyer looking for a work truck or a family wanting a high-tech lifestyle vehicle, there's a Silverado EV that fits. Of course, competition is fierce. The Ford F-150 Lightning is the most obvious rival, with a lower starting price but less range. The Rivian R1T offers adventurous styling and great off-road capability, but it's smaller and doesn't match the Silverado's towing numbers. Then there's the Tesla Cybertruck, with its radical design and promises of performance, but availability and actual production numbers are still unclear for many trims. What the Silverado EV RST brings is a balance. It's futuristic without being polarizing, powerful without sacrificing practicality, and it feels like a truck you can actually live with day to day. Now, no truck is perfect. On the downside, the 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST's price tag at the high end will be out of reach for many buyers. It's also heavy, tipping the scales close to 9,000 pounds, which could raise concerns for efficiency in real-world towing scenarios. And while charging infrastructure is growing, depending on where you live, finding those 350 kilowatt chargers might still be tricky. But on the flip side, you're getting cutting-edge technology, incredible range, and the kind of innovation that pushes the whole pickup segment forward. After spending time with the Silverado EV RST, I can honestly say this is more than just an electric version of a classic truck. It's a complete reimagining of what a pickup can be in 2026 and beyond. From the clever storage and versatile bed to the mind-blowing acceleration and massive range, Chevy has built something that feels both practical and exciting. If you're someone who's been skeptical about electric trucks, this one might just make you reconsider. So, would I recommend the 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST? If you want the longest range, the most high-tech features, and the kind of capability that lets you do real truck things without burning a drop of fuel, then yes, absolutely. It's expensive at the top end, but it delivers in almost every way that matters. And for me, it shows that electric pickups aren't just the future, they're already here, and they're seriously impressive. That's my take on the 2026 Chevy Silverado EV RST. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you choose this over a Ford Lightning or a Rivian? Do you think the price is justified for the range and features? I love hearing your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure to subscribe for more in-depth car reviews because we've got plenty more coming your way.